Hello guys, Spencer here. Today we're gonna do a maze game in PowerPoint. First step to do here is to go insert right over there. Then find the action buttons. After you find them, click the action button blank which is located right over there. After that, go create a border. After you do that, the action settings will appear. It concludes an action by clicking on it or over it. As so. To create our maze, we must go to Hyperlink. You'll see slides, files, and many more. Pick the slide you want to choose as a game over sign. Mine is a next slide since my game over sign or slide will be next slide. Go pick mouse over, then hyperlink to your game over sign. After that, you must design your border. It depends on you. You like red, you pick red. If you pick green, then pick green. After that, go create your slide as a game over sign. Well, since mine is next slide, that means that's my game over sign. After that, go add text box to write a game over sign. My side is you lose, which is written over there. After you write your sign, go design your sign. The more good of the design you create, the more presentable you choose. After done all of that, go test it out. If it doesn't work, repeat the step. Oh my mouse is out of the screen. As you can see, mine works. So that means step 1 is done. After that, step 2 is next. Step 2 is to cover all sides of the slides with borders. Why is that so? As you can see in my demonstration from slide 1, my mouse has got out of the screen of the slideshow. That will make a huge problem of our maze. So we have to cover all of them with borders. So in that way, if they get that in contact, they immediately lose. So keep that in mind. After you've done that, now it's time to go test all of the 4 borders to make sure that the mouse doesn't escape. Let's go test it out. Oh my, mine already works. So that means if I try to escape, I already lose. After that, step 2 is already done. Now it's time to go to step 3. Step 3 is to create borders of the maze. As you can see, the border of the maze is to also put them to the losing slide or the game over sign. And as always, you must always set your starting point and your finishing point. To make a starting point, go to action buttons and go make it action button blank. Locate the starting point from wherever point you begin. Mine is from the upper top. Make sure your starting point is a mouse click none. So that means if it's clicking, nothing happens. After that, go design whatever color you like. Mine is full black. Don't forget to put starting point there so that everyone knows that it is a starting point. After that, copy paste it to whatever putting line in the finishing point. Go rename it to finishing point or finish for short. After that, go create a little touches of your maze so that it will make a little more interesting. Mine is not a bit final, so it's just more of a start. After that, go edit the length of the finishing line. You could change the link or insert the link. Your link for today either will be mouse click or mouse over. Either way, you should go click from hyperlink. Hyperlink always go to other slides. The hyperlink that you want to your slide, which is the winning slide. Well, since you create a losing slide, now you must create a winning slide. My slide is a last slide. That means it's slide 3. It is written "you win" as a simple winning sign. I should also put a description, "Congratulations, you for winning the game." After you've written that sign, go make sure that the finishing point is connected to the winning point. Make sure that it is last slide or any slide you want to pick, as long as it goes to the winning slide. Now go test it out. As you can see, I'm going to the starting point, already going to the finish point. And voila, I am done. That means that if you've done all of that, you're already done to step 3. And as always, make sure to double check everything. So if I touch the red, I lose. And I already tested, and it's all good. Now, let's go to step 5. Step 5 is where you create 2 buttons from the losing game. The first button is the retry button. The retry button goes to the maze once again. My base is first slide, which is slide 1. So that means the retry button must go to the first slide. After that, design it. And make sure it is written retry. Make sure that it's written in retry or any synonyms pertaining to it, so that whenever I click the button, it will go pertaining back to the maze. It's like a retry. That is time to go to the second button, the exit button. You have to go to insert and go to shapes. Find an action button. I pick home or any action button you pick. Select the home and go to hyperlink to end show. That means I'm going out of the PowerPoint presentation, which is exiting it. After you've done that, go align it and go design it. And as always, you must always write it to exit or any exit pertaining words, so that it is more obvious. Now the last thing you have to do here is to design it, or not. It depends on you. But on mine, I would rather design it so that it is more presentable and more or less PowerPoint presentation and more of a real game. As you can see, to test it out, if I lose, if I click to go back, I'm back to the maze. Voila! Except if I lose again, I click that, I already exit there. So that means those 2 buttons are already working. That means step 5 is already finished. Time to go to step 6. Step 6 is to make the maze itself. Make sure that the pieces that you're using is all of the borders, so that whenever it is touched, it will go to "you lose" or the lose sign. After you've done the maze, now it's time to test it out. Go test it out right ahead. So I'm going to the maze. Oh, I already lost. Wait, should I go to the starting point the moment I click me to go back? That's a problem. So that means we have to fix the problem right ahead. Now let's go to step 7. Make sure that the retry button doesn't go to the maze slide, but it must go to the first slide. But first, we must create an intro so that we should be final of where slide should we put. So let's go the intro on the first slide and let's name it. I shall name the maze game The Maze. Add a description if you like to be more descriptive, like every intro or introduction from every game. My introduction is you must not touch red. Part while reaching the finish point. And always start at the starting line. And my last description is click anywhere to start. So now that we know the rules, step 7 is already done. We need this so that we know the mechanics of the maze. So the next thing that we have to do is create another slide. It should be behind the maze slide. This slide will make sure that you'll always start at the starting point. So here's how it works. Cover the board with an action blank and make sure it hyperlinks to previous slide. There are no mouse overs here because we need mouse click. On hyperlink to previous slide, that means that whenever the whole board is touched, it will all go back from the beginning. Now let's go design it. I rather pick black because I like black. So that means when I touch all of the board, it will all go back to the beginning. Now here is an interesting part. Now, all you have to do is copy the starting point, then paste it so that we know the exact location of where to start it. Now, make sure that the fill is different from the color so that it will be much more easier. Now, let's set up the link. Make sure it hyperlinks through the maze, which is next slide, which is next to the slide. Now, let's go test it. And voila, I go back from the start. Now, if I lose, and I'll try, let's say click me to go back, I'm back from the beginning, which is I say first slide. Now, I'm back from the starting point. And now the maze is all done. If you've done all the steps correctly, this will most likely be your result. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I hope that you watch further videos up ahead from my channel. Thank you. Bye.